Welcome to the Scarlet Report. In this video, I'm going to focus on one tactical principle, a tactical principle that I believe is extremely critical to the effectiveness of Ruben Amorim's tactics at Manchester United. Without any further ado, let's analyze. So, what is this tactical principle I'm talking to you about? Well, every football team, tactically speaking, wants to essentially do one thing, which is how can I attract the attention of the opposition towards one area of the pitch, therefore freeing up another area of the pitch that I can then in turn target and exploit. And in the case of Ruben Amorim, he likes to attract the opposition's attention towards the wings, the wide area. So here in this sequence, as Ugarte carries the ball from the defense, pushing Luke Shaw into a left-back position, into a back four kind of shape, Everton get the trigger and then they push and press Manchester United wide. And as you can see, this frees up the middle of the park, which has three of our more dangerous players, Mainoo, Cunha, and Mbeumo. But here, Luke Shaw should have shown a little bit more courage, and vision, and just push the ball a little bit further and then just target one of these players that would have completely dismantled Everton's press. But of course, he went with what he deemed the safer option with Bruno Fernandes. And of course, we turned over the ball to Everton. Here's another example. As you can see here, Bruno Fernandes is in a very good position to receive the ball. Lenioro is going to go with Amad Diallo. As you can see, again, the same shape with Everton in the press. Again, getting attracted to this right wing area. But then Amad Diallo just hesitated because he had both Bruno and Mbeumo available. He went back and then we ended up turning over possession. Now, these were sequences where Manchester United simply did not do what a Ruben Amorim tactical system demands that they do, okay? But here I'm going to show you some great examples, 3 in fact, that just show that when things click, we can be extremely dangerous. In fact, most of the chances that our initial starting lineup has created came from these kind of patterns. Okay, so here Lenioro goes towards Amad Diallo, of course, lifts his head and he assesses his options. Again, same thing. As you can see, the Everton players are committed towards this area, and then a no-look pass without controlling the ball towards Matheus Cunha. And then, of course, now the game is simply behind all of the Everton forwards and midfielders. And so Cunha now, Bruno and Mbeumo in that attacking trio, with Amad Diallo able to, make a third man's run into space. And here Mbeumo, of course, great vision because he saw Amad Diallo in here. He anticipated the run and then again, no look pass into the path of Amad Diallo. That's just beautiful right there. Here is another sequence. Again, this time with Lenioro. Again, as you can see, more Everton players are committed into this, right wing area. Lenioro goes towards Mbeumo, again, who was pretty excellent in his first 45 minutes at Manchester United. And then now our attacking trio of Cunha, Bruno, and Mbeumo can actually get the ball and cause some damage. But again, same thing with that third man run from Amad Diallo into space. By the time the ball reaches Bruno Fernandes, both Cunha and Amad are in a very good position to receive the ball. And that was actually the sequence that has led to the penalty that Bruno scored. And here's another example of how Kobbie Mainoo could also be, or any other midfielder, if we end up signing a midfielder later in the window, can also help us unlock this particular principle that Ruben Amorim has for his team when it comes to verticality and progression. Here, Kobbie Mainoo does what every playmaker does. That he knows that he has 3 options right here, but he cannot pass the ball if he doesn't have the ball. He positions himself again between this diamond of Everton players. That's a very good move from here. And from him, he receives the ball. He has these 4 players ahead of him, but he's still going to be able to pick up Matheus Cunha with a brave ball. You have to be brave, you have to be bold, you have to have that vision, and you have to play with confidence. And that's exactly what Kobbie Mainoo did here. And then Cunha can do what he does best, which is run at the opposition. And you don't want to have a player like Cunha running at you. And again, all of these Everton players are again taken out of the game with that one Kobbie Mainoo pass. And now Cunha is able to lay the ball wide again towards Amad Diallo. Now, every time I watch a Manchester United game and I, start analyzing it and thinking about what is it that I'm going to say in my videos when I eventually make one of these videos for you, I always think, okay, this thing that I saw, this interesting pattern that I just witnessed, was it intentional? Okay, was it part of the plan, or did it just happen organically? And I think that this sequence right here shows us the evidence that, yes, it is part of the plan. Because here, Cunha is going to make a very smart run as Lenioro is carrying the ball. But here, Lenioro, he has 2 main options, really. He's got Cunha, which is the brave option, and then he's got Ahmad, which is the safe option. So what Lenioro does here is that he's actually gonna go for Bruno instead of going for Cunha. Here, as you can see, Cunha is asking for the ball. In my opinion, this would have been the best option, but he goes for Bruno. I think that Bruno, because of seniority, I think the players just trust him a little more. Or I think in the case of Lenioro, maybe he thought, okay, well, Bruno is capable of doing the unexpected. He's unpredictable. So maybe I give him the ball and then he's going to find a way to give it to Matheus Cunha. But what's really interesting about the sequence, besides the fact that I think that Yoro did not make the right decision, is Ahmad. Look at Ahmad's reaction. So the moment he receives the ball, look at him, how he's talking to Lenioro. He's telling him, dude, just pass me the ball. And what this, look, he's still talking to him. And what this tells me is that all of this is part of the plan, in that Amad Diallo knows, Ruben Amorim has told them in their tactical briefings, this is how I want you to play, from the center backs to the wing backs. And then the wing backs, they play the ball centrally towards the attacking midfielders or towards the striker. And that's why Amad Diallo was actually talking to Lenioro. He was telling him, listen, man, don't overthink it. Just give me the ball. Okay, let's follow the plan. All right, so what I'm trying to say with this video is that football tactics are quite similar to economics in many ways, okay? Because in essence, what you aim to do with football tactics is to force the opposition to make choices. And of course, with choices comes a hidden cost, opportunity cost. And with that comes trade-offs. And by forcing the opposition or, attracting them towards the wide areas, then by making the choice to press you there, they are actually freeing up spaces through the middle. And so basically what tactics boil down to is just making sure that your trade-offs are less costly than the opposition's trade-offs, okay? And I think that Ruben Amorim's system is quite excellent at creating these openings and these opportunities for the Manchester United players. Now, how do we end up punishing the opposition depends on the players mainly, okay? So on a first stage, the players have to have the vision to notice those openings and those opportunities when they eventually, manifest themselves. The second stage is, of course, the technical ability of the players, either through passes or through dribbles, to be able to execute whatever it is that they need to do in order to exploit those openings. And then finally, there is the mental stage, the mental aspect, in that you have to be bold, you have to be confident, you have to have a little bit of swagger, even a little bit of arrogance, in order for you to go on and, execute those moves, take a little bit of risk in order to catch the opposition off guard. Because if we can do this consistently well throughout next season, I am 100% convinced that the results are going to be positive, okay? On the other hand, if the players fail to take those risks, or they take them but without really quality of output, then of course the football is going to be abysmal again, like last season. So I think that this particular aspect of Ruben Amorim's tactics is extremely critical, in my opinion, in that mastery of this one principle is going to lead to great tangible results between now and the end of the season. Okay, so anyway, guys, that's all for me with this analysis. If you enjoyed the video, please give it the thumbs up, and please let me know what you think about Manchester United's performance in this 2-2 draw against Everton, as well as what you think about the way Ruben Amorim is changing and evolving his tactics. Until next time, cheers.